So previously we have already discussed the chemical bonding, and today first class I will discuss about whatever things we have already discussed in the classes. So up to whatever point I will give you the key points whatever we have already discussed. So what is chemical bonding? A chemical bond is defined as a chemical bond is defined as the force of attraction. A chemical bond is defined as the force of attraction which holds the constituent atoms in a molecule. Look at this. Chemical bond is nothing but the force of attraction. Chemical bond is nothing but the force of attraction between the atoms in a molecule. We have already discussed that thing. Suppose Ab is a molecule and the force which holds the atom together, that is called chemical bond. I am giving you the just hints point of chemical bonding. Up to hybridization we have discussed. So I am giving only key points. So what is chemical bond? Chemical bond is defined as the force of attraction which holds the constituent atoms in a molecule. That is chemical bonding. And second point, in chemical bonding, only the valence electron take part. Or we can shortly say that only the valence electron take part in bonding. Only the valence electron take part in bonding. Clear? Only the valence electron take part in bonding. So bonding, two things. One, the force of attraction which holds together the constituent atoms in a molecule, that is called chemical bonding. Suppose look at this. This is and that is. Which is higher? Which is strong? This is strong. This is weak. So the atoms which holds the chemical bond is defined as the force of attraction which holds together the constituent atoms in a molecule is called chemical bonding. Next, already we have discussed in chemical bonding only the valence electron take part in bonding. So what is valence electron? The electron present in the last cell. Suppose oxygen. Oxygen is 8, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Valence electron last cell is jatra electron dibo tak kon kaje valence electron. So valence electron is how much? 6. Valence electron is 6. The outermost electron present in the outermost cell. The electrons present in the outermost cell is called valence electron. The electrons present in the outermost cell is called valence electron. जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का outermost cell में रहेगा ताकि कौन कहा जाए? Valence electron. So the electrons present in the outermost cell is called valence electron, and only the valence electron take part in chemical bonding. We have already discussed the thing, so you should read the notes whatever points I am discussing. Second thing, conditions for the formation of chemical bonding. Conditions for the formation of chemical bonding. Why do the atoms combine atoms combine to complete the octet. Complete their atoms. Why do atoms? Next point we will discuss. Why do atoms combine? Atoms combine to complete their octet. Atoms combine to complete their octet. Clear? So 2 points were: first, definition of chemical bonding; second, only the valence electron take part in bonding; third, why do atoms combine? Atoms kindly combine hobe. Atoms combine to complete their octet. Atoms combine to complete their octet. Atoms combine to complete their octet. Atoms combine to complete their atoms combine to complete their octet. Clear? Why do atoms combine? Atoms always combine to complete their octet. Next is, so always atoms combine, the atoms which do not have 8 electrons in their outermost shell. जो atoms, suppose oxygen कितने कोई 1:2 2:2 to p4 outermost shell केते अछि valence electron 6 अछि केतरा इलेक्ट्रॉन दरकार 2टा इलेक्ट्रॉन दरकार इन तो सैटिस्फाई द ऑक्टेट चलो जहां 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अछि outermost shell ले जहां 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अछि outermost shell ले जहां 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अछि कहउथे outermost shell जहां 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अछि outermost shell ले C stable. So always atoms will want to satisfy the octet. So जहां 8 ରୁ कम अछि से सब 8 हो पाई चाहिए in order to satisfy the octet. Clear? So atoms always want to satisfy atoms जहां 8 ରୁ कम अछि से satisfy हो पाई चाहिए कोन octet satisfy हो पाई चाहिए. Clear? Atoms जहां 8 ରୁ कम अछि से satisfy हो पाई चाहिए कोन octet satisfy करिया पाई चाहिए. Clear? So why do atoms combine? Atoms always tries to satisfy the octet. Next, octet role already we have discussed. Lowering of energy, stability in other जदि stability बढ़िबो stability inverse proportional to energy. Stability inverse proportional to energy. Energy बढ़िले stability कोन हो कमिबो energy कमिले stability बढ़िबो. Energy बढ़िले energy कोन ले energy बढ़िले stability कमिबो energy कमिले stability बढ़िबो. Clear? Next, a point already we have discussed करथिले that is the conditions एटा ला कोन conditions for the formation of bonding. Conditions for the formation of bonding. First point, electron structure कहथिले electron structure रे जो atoms ता except inert gas the atoms of the outermost shell have less than 8 electrons in their outermost shell. एटम रो outermost shell ले 8 ରୁ कम जातिबो से सबले 8 हो पाई octet हो पाई चाहिबो दुईटा एटम भितरे बॉन्डिंग हो. क्लियर? तापरे एटम भितरे दुईटा फोर्स ऑपरेशन करिवो नेट अट्रैक्शन फोर्स और रिपल्शन फोर्स. व्हेन टू एटम्स कंबाइन देयर इज नेट अट्रैक्टिव फोर्स और repulsive force. Repulsive forces between the electrons of two atoms. Repulsive forces का भितर एटा न्यूक्लियस एटा इलेक्ट्रॉन एटा न्यूक्लियस एटा इलेक्ट्रॉन भितर रिपल्शन हो आ न्यूक्लियस और इलेक्ट्रॉन भितर कोन हो attraction force and repulsion force होबो आ ऑक्टेट रूल सैटिस्फाई करिवो एना दला ऑक्टेट रूल सैटिस्फाई करिवो तापरे लोअरिंग ऑफ एनर्जी हला स्टेबिलिटी inversely proportional to kuda. Stability inversely proportional to energy. Stability inversely proportional to energy. Clear? Stability inversely proportional to energy. Energy बढ़िले stability कमिलो, energy कमिले stability, energy कमिले stability बढ़िबो, energy बढ़िले stability कमिलो. ये पॉइंट्स ऑलरेडी हमने डिस्कस कर दिए. तापर नेक्स्ट होला इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डॉट स्ट्रक्चर. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डॉट स्ट्रक्चर electronic dot structure electronic dot structure electronic dot structure ka we have to put the electrons, we have to simply write the valence electron on the surrounding of the atom. That is electronic dot structure. Suppose chlorine valence electron कितना 7 ना. This is electronic dot structure. Simple. We have to represent the valence electron. We have to represent the valence electron surrounding the atom. Surrounding the जो उतरे दिवो चित्र कौन valence electron को represent valence electron is represented as dot, that is called electron dot structure. Clear? Valence electron is represented on the surrounding atoms and that is called electron dot structure. Then types of chemical bond. Electron dot structure कोई की already electron dot structure हमें कर सकते हैं. Suppose lithium का कहते हैं electron dot structure कौन हो? हाइड्रोजन हीलियम लिथियम. हाइड्रोजन हीलियम लिथियम. हाइड्रोजन 1 हीलियम 2 लिथियम 3 लिथियम 3 1s2 2s1 आउटरमोस्ट कितना है गोटे ओनली गोटे लिथियम. क्लियर? सो हाइड्रोजन हीलियम लिथियम लिथियम रे कितना है 1. दिस इज इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डॉट स्ट्रक्चर. नेक्स्ट सपोज बोरॉन हम डिस्कस करेंगे. बोरॉन में कहते हैं 1s2 2s2 2p1 तीनटा बैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन कहते हैं तीनटा. सो 1 2 3 1 2 3 that is the electron dot structure. Clear? This is electron dot structure. So you can write the electronic dot structure. Next वाला types of bonding. अरे बात कितना bonding discuss करते हैं? Ionic bonding, covalent bonding. There are types of bonding. We have already discussed that thing. We have discussed the different types of bonding. That is ionic bonding, covalent bonding, coordinate bonding, hydrogen bonding, metallic bonding. देखो ionic bonding, covalent bonding और coordinate bond और coordinate bonding select कर दे coordinate bond. That is coordinate bond, ionic bonding, ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond, hydrogen bond and metallic bond और bonding. केते प्रकार केमिकल बॉन्ड अछि जनरली ए पांचटा में डिस्कस करियो. मोस्टली फर्स्ट लेवल में we will discuss these 5 types of bonding. कौन कौन? ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond, hydrogen bond, metallic bond. Clear? आउ डाला van der Waals forces. van der Waals forces का फिजिकल ये जो हाइड्रोजन मेटालिक है ये ना van der Waals forces. van der Waals forces So what are the forces? कितना एक पास टाइम डिस्कस करेंगे. Ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond, hydrogen bond, metallic bond, valence bond. ये तीन हम डिस्कस करते हैं. We have already discussed these things. I am giving you the rough idea about the ionic bond, covalent bond, and coordinate bond. So what is ionic bond? Ionic bond कौन कहते हैं? Ionic bond is the complete transfer of electrons from one atom to other atom. Ionic bond is defined as the complete transfer of electrons from one atom to other atom. That is formation of NaCl. এটা NaCl কোন কইতে Na वाला 11 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s1 chlorine का चला 17 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p5 सचर 10 विभाग 17 सचर 10 विभाग 17 बैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन कितने बैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन 7 here valence electron 1 valence electron 7 valence electron कितने 1 so formation of ionic bond तो ionic bond और ionic bond जुड़े हुआ और ionic bond is defined as the complete transfer of electron from one atom to other atom. Complete transfer of electron from one atom to other atom. It NaCl, it Na गोटे atom, Cl another atom. ये जो generally in ionic bonding, one is metal, another is non-metal. ये जो metal का generally mostly S group element है. अब इटा O group. P group element, mostly P group element. It is S group element. This is S group element, and this is P group element. Clear? Metal will be S group element, and another will be P group element. Clear? Non-metal will be P group, metal will be S group. And look at Na is S group, Cl is P group. Cl is non-metal, Na is metal. Na is metal, Cl is non-metal. So here complete transfer of electron from one atom to another. Cl Na कितने अच्छी? Na outer shell 2 8 1. R 2 8 7. 2 8 7. So look at here one electron we will donate to this. Transfer of electron from metal to non-metal. Here এটা দিলাম না এটা কত ইজি 2 8 এটা কত ইজি 2 8 8 both will satisfy the object both will satisfy the object. Look at it is complete transfer of electron from one atom to another atom. এটা লাগে this is metal, this is non metal. Metal টা কোন করি গোটে ইলেকট্রন দেই সালা পরে এটা Na will become what Na plus Cl will become Cl minus. So then there will be strong electronegative force of attraction between Na plus and Cl. There will be strong electronegative force of attraction between Na plus and Cl minus, and due to which a bond is created, that is ionic bond. Ionic bond is just ये idea कोई our details condition भी कोई इधर सब किसी कोई इधर it is just I am reminding you this thing. What are the factors affecting formation of ionic bond? इधर कोई इधर low ionization energy, higher lattice energy, charge of the ions, size of the ions, high electron affinity. These are the characters for the these are the factors which influencing the formation of ionic bond. Our characteristics of ion bonding এটা তো কোই দিলাম hard ionic compounds are hard and rigid. Ionic compounds have high melting and boiling point. Ionic compounds have high density. Already এটা কোইছি because it is only one line. There is strong electrostatic force of attraction exists between the cations and anions. There is strong electrostatic force of attraction between the cations and anions, due to which ionic compounds are hard and rigid. Ionic compounds have high melting and boiling point. Ionic compounds have high density. Density equal to density rho equal to mass by volume density equal to mass by volume ତେଣୁ volume ବଢିଲେ density କମିବ volume କମିଲେ density ବଢିବ clear so high density gala high melting and boiling point gala next electrical conductivity ionic compounds का solid state रे कଣ हो solid state रे electrical conductivity show करिवो नाही bad conductor but जेतेले तुमे ताको molten पानी रे मिसे देबो that will give free ions so which conduct electricity so ionic compounds conduct electricity in molten state so this is solubility ionic compounds are soluble in polar ionic compounds are soluble in polar solvent कोटा water वाला polar solvent कोई दिन polar solvent कोटा non polar solvent को हमरा polar compound जरा polar solvent non polar compound का non polar solvent water वाला best example polar solvent non polar CCl4 benzene ether এটা কোন non polar solvent এটা কোন non polar solvent these are non polar solvent and water this is the best example of polar solvent ionic compounds का soluble कोदरे polar solvent है insoluble कोदरे non polar solvent clear next covalent bond next covalent bond next is covalent bond कौन बोलिए covalent bond is defined as the mutual force of attraction covalent bond what is covalent bond arises due to mutual force of attraction between the two atoms covalent bond how arises due to कौन by covalent bond defined as the force of attraction which arises due to mutual sharing of electrons between the atoms covalent bond is defined as the force of attraction which arises due to mutual sharing of electrons covalent bond is defined as the force of attraction which arises due to mutual sharing of electrons between the atoms mutual sharing of electrons between the so covalent bond is defined as the force of attraction which arises due to mutual sharing of electrons between the atoms mutual sharing electron तो गोटे एटम सपोज बोली के ले रखा H2 वाला Ha डॉट Hb H रो कितना इलेक्ट्रॉन गोटे इलेक्ट्रॉन Hb रो कितना इलेक्ट्रॉन गोटे इलेक्ट्रॉन सो Ha ये डॉट Hb वाला डॉट सॉरी Ha क्रॉस Hb डॉट ता भीतर डिस्टिंग्विश करेला Ha रो गोटे इलेक्ट्रॉन अपरमोस्ट है Hb रो कितना गोटे ता भीतर this bond is covalent so covalent bond is defined as the force of attraction which arises due to mutual sharing of electrons between the atoms covalent bond is defined as the force of attraction which arises due to mutual sharing of electrons between the atoms covalent bond is defined as the force of attraction which arises due to mutual sharing of electrons between the atoms this is all about covalent another thing मुझे suppose oxygen O2 consists of OA dot OB OA कितना OA रो बैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन छोड़ा OB रो so look at this is bond pairs and these are all lone pair. So what is lone pair? The electron pair which does not take part in bonding. The electron pair which does not take part in bonding is called lone pair. Is called lone pair. What is bond pair? The electron pair which take part in bonding. The electron pair which take part in bonding is called bond pair. Electron pair take part in bonding is called bond pair. So this is bond pair and this is lone pair. This is lone pair. This is lone pair. This is lone pair. This is lone pair and this is bond pair. Lone pair. So the electron pair which does not take part in bonding, that is lone pair. The electron pair which take part in bonding, that is called bond pair. Clear? This is bond pair and this is lone pair. The electron pair which does not take part in bonding is called lone pair. The electron pair which take part in bonding is called bond pair. Clear? So this is all about lone pair and bond pair and covalent bond. That characteristics of covalent bond already କହିଥିଲି low melting तार दिला ionic bond high melting point আর কোন আসিব low melting point যদি এটা covalent compounds are bad conductive electricity কাହିଁକି এটা these are covalent compound do not produce ions in solution ତେଣୁ covalent compounds are bad conductor of electricity. Next is solubility. Covalent compounds are usually insoluble in water but dissolve in benzene. Covalent soluble ta seri ionic compounds ta kon ithla ionic compound soluble ithla kodre water re ionic compounds soluble in water. Ionic compounds soluble in water. Ionic compounds soluble in water but covalent compounds insoluble in water, soluble in benzene. Covalent compound na insoluble kodre water re covalent compounds insoluble in water. Covalent compounds insoluble in water, soluble in benzene. But ionic compounds soluble in water, insoluble in benzene. Different. This is the difference. Ionic compounds soluble in water, ionic compounds soluble in water, covalent compounds insoluble in water, soluble in benzene. এটা সব these are the characteristics ଆମେ କହି सकते। ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଏ जो हाइड्रोजन ର एडी हाइड्रोजन देखो हाइड्रोजन एटम केतना कंट्रीब्यूट करछि इलेक्ट्रॉन ए दिस हाइड्रोजन एटम गोटे कंट्रीब्यूट करछि एटी हाइड्रोजन एटम केतना कंट्रीब्यूट करछि गोटे कंट्रीब्यूट करछि दैट इज हिज कोवैलेंसी ला 1 कोवैलेंसी सी कोइ भी करियो केतना कोवैलेंट बॉन्ड परमिशन करछि केतना कोवैलेंट बॉन्ड किबा गोटे हाइड्रोजन एटम केतना इलेक्ट्रॉन टेक पार्ट करछि बॉन्डिंग गोटे हाइड्रोजन एटम एटी केतना अछि गोटे तर कोवैलेंसी 1 ऑक्सीजन कोवैलेंसी केतना अछि ऑक्सीजन केतना अछि 2 अछि ऑक्सीजन केतना अछि 2 अछि एटी 2 कोवैलेंसी ऑफ ऑक्सीजन केते Covalence of oxygen is 2. Number of electrons take part in covalent bond. Clear? Next is coordinate bond. Coordinate bond. Next is coordinate bond. Coordinate bond. Coordinate bond. In coordinate bond, there are two atoms. There are two atoms. A will be donor atom. B will be acceptor atom. A will be donor atom. B will be acceptor atom. In coordinate bond, there should be one donor atom and there should be another acceptor atom, and donor atom must have the lone pair of electron which donates to the acceptor atom. So এই যে donor atom definitely lone pair দিব, এই যে donor atom lone pair টা সে কোন করিব acceptor को donate করিব, এটা হলো acceptor atom. acceptor atom এটা হলো donor atom. এটা হলো acceptor atom, এটা হলো donor atom. Donor atom must have lone pair of electron, acceptor atom must have vacant orbital. Even to accept this. So look at this example O3. O3 could have already we have discussed this example O3. Look at this is oxygen, this is another oxygen. So how much valence electron? So this is covalent bond. This is covalent bond. Next is look at first covalent bond formation होगा, तापर जो lone pair का oxygen रहेगा, ये lone pair का donate करा कर ये oxygen का incomplete edit कर दिया incomplete होता है incomplete होता है. এটা হলো donor atom. donor atom এটা হলো এই যে acceptor atom. acceptor atom. donor atom का lone pair, donor atom must have lone pair electrons. lone pair electrons दिबो, acceptor atom का कोन दिबो incomplete octet or vacant orbital. Vacant orbital in order to accept the electrons donated by. So this is donor atom, this is acceptor. This is donor atom, this is acceptor atom. First covalent bond formation करिवो, तापर जो lone pair टा रहि जिवो, lone pair टा donate करिवो. lone pair टा donate करिवो, एटा ला acceptor atom, एटा ला donor atom. donor atom must have lone pair of electron, acceptor atom must have vacant orbital in order to accept the lone pair donated by donor atom. donor atom का lone pair थिबो, acceptor atom का vacant orbital थिबो कि बा incomplete octet थिबो, से donor atom का lone pair का donate करिवो काहकु acceptor atom. तापरे जो बॉन्डिंग टा कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्डिंग का रिप्रेजेंट कर दिबो एभली, कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्डिंग का रिप्रेजेंट कर दिबो एभली. ए जो accept donor atom का को दिबो donor atom and acceptor atom. suppose metal और ligand, metal ligand मतलब এটা হলো লুইস বেস, এটা হলো লুইস অ্যাসিড, এটা হলো লুইস বেস. donor atom জায়গা দিব লুইস বেস और जो acceptor atom का लुईस एसिड. सेकंड डिस्कस करेगा कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्डिंग की तरफ सेकंड ईयर पढ़ा था. सो दिस इज कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड. कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड का फर्स्ट कोवैलेंट बॉन्ड का सभी आयर बजना सुन लगे जाए कोऑर्डिनेट कोवैलेंट बॉन्ड. कोऑर्डिनेट कोवैलेंट बॉन्ड एथमे को जाए कारण आगे कोवैलेंट होछि तापरे जो लॉन्ग पेयर डोनर एटम और एक्सेप्टर एटम ভিতরে এটা কিছু কিছু জায়গা এটি সিমিলার এটম আছে, কিছু কিছু জায়গায় মোস্ট জায়গায় ডিসিমিলার এটম কি দিব, সিমিলার এটম কি থাকবে. সো এই যে A আর B এই যে বন্ডিং কোঅর্ডিনেট বন্ড রিপ্রেজেন্ট করিবা এটা হলো তার সিম্বল. সো দিস ইজ অল अबाउट কোঅর্ডিনেট বন্ড. এদিকে আমরা ডিসকাস করতিলে, তারপরে হাইব্রিডাইজেশন पे डिस्कस করতিলে. হাইব্রিডাইজেশন কোন কইতিলে इंटरमिक्सिंग ऑफ एटॉमिक ऑर्बिटल. इंटरमिक्सिंग ऑफ एटॉमिक ऑर्बिटल S और P যেগুলো মিশতলা সেটা কোন কলা sp হাইব্রিডেশন, যেটা S গোটে P দুইটা মিশতলা sp2, যেটা S গোটে P তিনটা এখন কয় যায় sp3, যেটা S गोटे P तीनटा D गोटे sp3d sp3d2 ए बडा हाइब्रिडेशन में होइते hybridization is nothing but the intermixing of atomic orbital hybridization is nothing but the intermixing of atomic orbital ଆଉ ए को गोटे आउट पॉइंट छाड़ देली कोऑर्डिनेट तो कहला कोवैलेंट रो सिग्मा बॉन्ड और पाई बॉन्ड ऑलरेडी कहछि सिग्मा बॉन्ड इज स्ट्रांग बॉन्ड पाई बॉन्ड इज वीक बॉन्ड सिग्मा बॉन्ड ता एक्सिस ऊपर ओवरलैपिंग होबो ताको सिग्मा बॉन्ड कहै दिबो पाई बॉन्ड ता कोन एक्सिस रो अबव और बिलो ओवरलैपिंग हेले पाई बॉन्ड कहै दिबो पाई बॉन्ड वीक बॉन्ड सिग्मा बॉन्ड स्ट्रांग बॉन्ड सिग्मा बॉन्ड इज स्ट्रांग बॉन्ड पाई बॉन्ड इज वीक बॉन्ड पाई बॉन्ड ता लेटरल और साइड वाइज ओवरलैपिंग होबो सिग्मा बॉन्ड ता कोन होबो हेड ऑन ओवरलैपिंग होबो का ऊपर एक्सिस ऊपर ओवरलैपिंग दैट इज सिग्मा नेक्स्ट एला कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड सब सला हाइब्रिडेशन देखो हाइब्रिडेशन ऑलरेडी तो बुझे दी सब ऑलरेडी वी हैव डिस्कस्ड एवरीथिंग एंड नेक्स्ट आई एम गिविंग दी शॉर्ट ट्रिक्स ऑलरेडी ट्रिक्स भी कहै दिला मैं आपको रिमाइंड कर देछि क्वेश्चन किछि करे दी तापर नेक्स्ट वी विल डिस्कस दी न्यू चैप्टर्स न्यू थिंग्स इन केमिकल बॉन्डिंग सो हाइब्रिडेशन ऑलरेडी आई हैव गिवन यू द फार्मूला H = B + X - C + A by 2 B is valence electron of central atom X is number of substituent C is charge of cation A is charge of anion already we have write this thing so look at BeCl2 it is H value 2 sp hybridization H3 sp2 H4 sp3 H5 sp3d H6 sp3d2 etc. So look at this H2 sp hybridization H3 sp2 H4 is sp3 H5 sp3d H6 sp3d2 H7 sp3d3 so BeCl2 कौन देखियो look at सेंट्रल एटम के Be रो वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन B का वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन सेंट्रल एटम B रो वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन केतना दुईटा Cl केतना अछि दुईटा X ला नंबर ऑफ सबस्टिट्यूएंट X इज नंबर ऑफ सबस्टिट्यूएंट केतना अछि दुईटा अछि so 2 plus 2 by 2 4 by 2 चला 4 by 2 कितना है so H equal to 2 H2 which hybridization sp hybridization so in BeCl2 which hybridization takes place sp hybridization BeCl3 which hybridization look at H equal central atom के boron how much electron valence electron is 3 कितना substituent है तीनटा 3 plus 3 by 2 6 by 2 3 is which hybridization sp2 so in BeCl2 which hybridization sp2 next इनका BeCl3 next is CH4 look at central atom के carbon is carbon valence electron put this formula B is valence electron of central atom के carbon central atom carbon it is substituent so B is how much 4 how much substituent 4 cation anion charge cation anion किछि अछि 9 so this is 0 plus 0 divided by 2 8 by 2 कितना है so 4 is which hybridization sp3 4 is sp3 4 is which hybridization sp3 so by applying this formula you can calculate the hybridization and I am giving you some questions and you will solve this question. First you will solve this question, next we will discuss, next class we will discuss the BSc pair theory. This is the new theory. Up to this we have already discussed in this classroom. So I will giving you basing upon the hybridization, I am giving you some questions. You will first try to solve this question. After that, we will discuss the Weisbach theory.